Yo, so what's the deal with Facebook and Walmart automation? This is a question I've been getting a ton of. We're actually going to talk about it right now so we can kind of break down what's happening, what it is, what it isn't, and what you should expect from it. All right, let's go.
What's up, guys? This is 𝗙𝗥𝗘𝗦, and you have reached the Roughnecks Ecom channel. If you want to learn how to make money online or offline, then you need to be right here. I'm a 7-figure Amazon seller. I'm also an honorably discharged Air Force veteran. Graduated from Penn State and started a career as a software engineer and leveraged that to build my businesses. If you guys have any questions on how to make money, you're going to find all your answers right here, so stay tuned.
Yo, welcome back to the channel, Roughnecks. It's good to see you all here. Good to see you. If you're new, we have a doozy for you. We're going to be talking about some automation stuff that people want to know about. All right, so make sure you go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe if you're new and all that good jazz. We're going to get right into it. All right, let's talk about Facebook and Walmart automation because this seems to be a hot button topic. Everyone jumped from Amazon to Walmart automation and all that. So if you guys have been searching for automation, chances are you know that. Everybody pretty much was like, oh, I'm not going to do Amazon anymore. I'm doing Walmart because I can charge $50K for Walmart because it's the new thing and I can't charge $50K for Amazon, blah, 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 blah. You guys know I'm still on the Amazon train. I ain't getting off that train because it's lucrative. It makes money. I've proven it time and time again. But what's new is Facebook and Walmart. Everyone kept asking, when am I doing it? When I'm going to drop it? When I'm going to drop it for you guys? Come on, man, hook me up. I'm trying to get on with you. It's coming, guys. Like, it's coming. It'll be ready in about 30 days. Now, technically it's ready now, but let's talk about what's been going on behind the scenes. Now, you guys know I don't offer anything that I don't personally do myself, which is why I didn't jump on the damn bandwagon like everybody else did. What happened was everybody saw, oh, snap, this is something new. They essentially just had, their teams figure it out, and then that's it. They didn't have any experience selling on that platform. All right, you guys know that we have Speed Circuit, which is, our car shop. We make our own products. We do a lot of sales through, different e-commerce platforms, especially Shopify. So took that and we're like, okay, let's start selling on these different platforms and see what's up, see what makes the most sense. So this is what, my take is on a lot of things and how I'm going to be helping people moving forward when it comes to Facebook and Walmart automation. With Facebook, now I know you guys have seen some crazy ass, numbers. Look, it's 200%. Nah, baby, we ain't talking 200%. On average, I'd say 15 to 30%, the margins that you're going to be seeing. The sales volume is about 1/3 of what it is on Amazon. That's just what it is. There's more people shopping on Amazon and Walmart platform than there are on Facebook. Can you make good money? Yes, I'd venture to say right around $1,000 to $3,000 net profit per month, okay? Facebook is going to be the place for people who don't have a ton of capital or who don't want to risk a lot of capital and kind of want a decent upside. If you're just looking to pay some bills every month, Facebook is probably going to be the thing for you because now you're getting paid out potentially every single day. There's still PayPal jail. If you guys are familiar with eBay drop shipping, then you would know that when you start making some crazy sales, PayPal will hold the money to verify that you can get those out. So yeah, you do still need capital. I'd say around $10,000 to $15,000 on a credit card. Nothing too crazy, but having that as a reserve is really important, and a PayPal account in good standing. Some of the risks that I found, at least that, I've kind of seen in the space, not necessarily on my account, but, people who do dumb stuff. If you say some really inflammatory things on Facebook, it's not for you, because I'm not saying that they're going to link, your marketplace selling to, your Facebook posting, but they could take your, your Facebook account down, and congratulations, you're done. You're finito, good buddy. That's just what it is. You'll be finito. You can't do anything, and we don't want that. So if you're one that talks a bunch of trash on Facebook, it's probably not for you. Have I ever seen that happen? No, but it's a potential. Also, some of the suppliers you'll be using. Yeah, like Amazon Prime. I'm telling you right now, first and foremost, I am using my Amazon account. I have an Amazon business account, by the way. I am using that to fund some of the orders as well as other suppliers. Okay, you're going to need that account, and you need one in good standing. You got to make sure that we do everything correctly because you could lose access to your Prime, shipping. But because, I have been doing a ton of, Prime shipping all over for, quite a while now, it just works out very, very nicely. So those are things that, could be potential pitfalls. But outside of that, I think it's a much more viable option for lower end clientele who have a little bit of money, but not a ton of money to get things going. That's going to be introduced at a price of around $15,000. We're going to have a profit split of 75-25 when it comes to to Facebook, 75% in your favor, obviously. So there goes that. That's going to be, the first 30 days. After that, the price is going to go up to 17.5, and we'll do, go from there. Now, when it comes to, split payments, it's going to be possible, but you're going to have to end up paying. It'll be 2 payments of $12,500. The first payment when you first start, and then within 90 days, you'll end up paying the other $12,500. This is after the introductory offer, obviously. So you either have the $17,500 or you'll have 2 payments of $12,500, and that's just how it's going to work. Your profit split's going to stay the same. It's not going to change. That's just what it is. Now that we talked about the risk and the upsides, let's go ahead. Let's move on to Walmart. Walmart is still a platform I do not recommend for the average person. Unless you're willing to risk it for the biscuit, Walmart's not going to be for you. And I know a lot of people are saying it's the land of milk and honey right now. I still wholeheartedly do not believe that it is. Number one, it takes a little while to get your account approved in some cases. Now, Walmart has a crazy approval process. Sometimes they deny you, sometimes they don't deny you. That's just what it is. You have to be willing to take that risk first and foremost. When it comes down to capital expenditure, because they're still on a payment schedule similar to Amazon, you're not getting paid every single day. You're going to be, you're going to need some capital. I'd say 20 to 30,000, because the margins are higher with Walmart. The sales volume is pretty decent. I think that if you're trying to scale beyond the $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 a month mark, then Walmart's going to be the platform for you. But that goes with a couple caveats. Walmart is great. It's the new latest and greatest thing, and therefore I think they have a lot of growing pains that they have to figure out. Chief among them is loss on delivery. Okay, and that's something that you guys need to be really, really aware of, whether you decide you want to sign on with my service or someone else's service. That's really going to be up to you. But when it comes to that, loss on delivery is when a customer says, hey, this package didn't arrive. Typically, you will have that package arrive because you will get confirmation that the package, did arrive from maybe UPS, FedEx, or whatever, shipping service that you're using. People will still say, I didn't get it. So in turn, they'll get a free product, and they'll go ahead and file to get a refund. So you lost the product and you lost the money. So it's a double whammy. Now you can fight these, okay? You can fight LODs, and sometimes it works out. I'd say around 20 to 30% of the time for the average person, you're gonna win, okay? So you're gonna get some of that money back. The margins are roughly 20 to 40% on average, from what I've seen. All this other shit where they're talking 70, 80% consistent, that's a bunch of bullshit. It's a bunch of marketing mumbo jumbo. They're just trying to make you feel really good so they can take your motherfucking money. Sorry guys, I'm saying bad words, so like if you have your kids watching, I'm sorry, all right? I apologize, but that's just what it is, so you guys just need to take that with a grain of salt and understand that the margins are more realistically around 20 to 40%. That's just it, okay? That is just it, all right? It's not terrible. It's better than Amazon, because Amazon is routinely, 8 to 12%, but the volume is there. Walmart has a decent volume because the platform is picking up, but loss on delivery is a very, very real thing. And until they kind of figure that out, I still think it's a platform that most people shouldn't necessarily get in unless they're willing to, risk it for the biscuit. We also don't know much in the way of suspensions, okay? Because the platform is still relatively new. Obviously with Speed Circuit, we have we've been around for a very long time, so we have a good product backing, and we have good suppliers and things like that. So when it comes to suspensions, yes, there's an appeal service that we can use, but I cannot guarantee that it will come back. Now with Amazon, it's pretty much guaranteed. It's a matter of time. In some cases, it might take 8 months to a year. It just depends, okay? It really just depends on who's checking out your Amazon account. We all know that suspensions happen, but we also know that your Amazon account will pretty much come back. When it comes to Walmart, I can't really say that. Okay, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you and say everything's gonna be honky-dory, because I don't know, because since the platform is still relatively new, okay? I can't say 100%. There's still a lot of little nuances that I feel, will get worked out over time, especially like with little software issues, integrating and things like that, where, pricing might be a little off or so on. But if you're trying to scale a little higher and you kind of want to be the pioneer of sorts of that platform, where in the early days of Amazon, that's what happened. Now you have these sellers who got on years ago, and they routinely do millions every month because they have the most reviews, they have the most inventory. The drop shippers that have been on Amazon for a very long time, like myself, we move the most amount of money. Let's put it that way. Like, we're doing multiple millions every year selling. So, we got in, I got in late. Like, this is 6 years, so I could have got in, a decade ago, and it probably would have been even better. But if you're getting in Walmart right now, where the platform is still relatively young, you could be that trendsetter, and in turn, be able to garner that in the future, where you're kind of the OG. You have all the reviews and things like that. And I do think the platform has promise. I just don't think that it's as promised by a lot of people right now. There's still a lot of little issues that you have to work out. So if you're willing to work that out, you're willing to be patient and kind of see how things go, definitely Walmart's going to be the way, just because I feel that the upside as far as net profits going to be pretty high. Now, when it comes to the loss on delivery, imagine this, if you will. Let's say you have 5,000, you make 5,000 net profit. Loss of delivery is a pretty big deal. Like, you could lose anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000 on that, per month. So you got to be willing to risk that. You're still making money, but the returns are a little bit more devastating when it comes to the Walmart platform, just because loss on delivery. So, keep that in mind as well. The pricing, when that comes out, I can't charge you guys more than my Amazon, service, which is $25,000, because in my opinion, it's not ready for prime time. At least the platform isn't ready for prime time, in my opinion. At least, I would prefer it to be stable, but to stop getting these DMs from people where they're like, yo, this guy in Florida took 50 grand from me and he ain't doing nothing, in Walmart and this and scam this and this and this. But look, I'd much rather, work through the problems with you guys, and, we can all make money together and make it happen. So that's kind of going to be the thing moving forward. Okay. So I just want, you guys to, be in good hands, essentially. Like, if you guys have seen, you talk to some of my clients, life is good. My success rate when it comes to Amazon is around 80% for my clients. All right. There's some guys who are like, yo, I'm not making the money that I thought I was going to make. I wanted to make more, or they don't have the capital, and they realize, things start speeding up, and they don't have, $30,000, $40,000, and they don't want to just keep, trying to figure out where to get this money from. And that's just the way it is. It doesn't work out. Have I never made anyone money on Amazon? Nah, every client I've had has made some form of money on Amazon. But like I said, sometimes it doesn't work out. So my success rate is pretty fucking good. If it was, if I was a betting man, I'd bet on 80%. But like I said, some people, Amazon isn't the right platform. Maybe Facebook or Walmart's the platform for them. And that's just what it is. I can't reasonably charge you, more than my Amazon service, though. I just can't. And the profit split isn't going to be the same as Amazon. It'll be, 70-30 your favor, just because there's a little nuances. So, there's not going to be an introductory offer for that. It's just going to stay a flat price. It's going to be $25,000 or 2 payments of $15,000. You make your first payment. Your first $15,000 payment when we start, and then you'll make another $15,000 payment a few months down the line, once things are ready to go. So that will still be selling things, but there's really not a seasoning period like there is with Amazon. Your account with Walmart, it's pretty good to go. You take a little bit to kind of get things right. I'd say 30 to 45 days of just trying to organize things and make sure things are done properly and making sure you have the right items, and you can go from there. With Facebook, it's probably going to be something similar. I'd say maybe a 2-week to 4-week period where we want to make sure everything is just right, and then we can start going from there. Because like I said, there's different things when it comes to these platforms. With Amazon, we already know there's going to be a seasoning period of roughly 90 to 120 days. This is what it is. When it comes to these platforms, since I've been selling on them for a little while, I want to make sure that things are good. I want to make sure that everybody understands their role, especially you guys. What you're going to be doing, like helping out as far as like, oh, we need to call a supplier, or you need to call your bank or something like that if your card gets shut down. So a lot of people are kind of speeding through the process. And in my opinion, that's not the way to go about it. I would much rather everyone, get all the facts. Like when it comes to my Amazon guys, like I know exactly what the fuck I'm doing on that platform. So we can spin up very quickly as far as getting accounts open and things like that. When it comes to Facebook, take a little bit more time, make sure that, you guys aren't doing anything inflammatory, make sure that we have the right software and that you guys are ready as far as capital goes. When it comes to Amazon, everybody already knows what to do. When it comes to Facebook, you guys might not know what to do. So, coaching you through that process, because it's something newer. I'd say relatively new in the e-commerce space. People have been doing it for a long time. My friends, been doing it for a very long time, but it's still, something that most people haven't heard about. When it comes to Walmart, the platform is still very, very new, and it's not something that I want people to rush into and risk. So I feel that you should definitely take your time with it. There's nuances on every single platform. Every single platform is going to have issues, and I feel that you need to know all about those issues before you decide to dive in, because it could save you from a lot of headache. All right, you guys know I try to shoot straight when it comes to, business and automation and everything. Like I could really care less if the other automation guys don't like me or not. That has no bearing on me or my money at the end of the day, because most of these guys, I'm gonna be honest with you, they're one-trick ponies. If they didn't have automation, they would make no money at all. Okay, think about it. Well, like, what else do they have? If you look at what they're doing, all they have is that, and they jump from one opportunity to the next. All right, I'm still with Amazon, guys. Like, I'm still gonna tell you, I think Amazon is the best thing going. I think it's the best thing smoking right now, and it's gonna be for a very, very long time, at least in my opinion, and that's why I'm not leaving the platform. But we also have the barbershop, the car shop. I have the OnlyFans agency. There's a lot of other things that I dabble in because I do not want this to be my main source of income. I don't want it to get to the point where I have to, lie to people when it comes to automation in order to make money. That's not the way it should be. If I got to tell my sales guys to lie to you to get you to sign up, this ain't something that I want to do. At that point, if it ever comes to that, I don't want that. And that's why I have all these other forms of income. I mean, I could always go back to industry and be a software engineer and make $100,000 a year. If times got hard, I could go back to that. These guys can't because they dropped out of school. They dropped out of high school. Like they got to do this type of shit. They've never had a real career. They've had jobs, and that's why they say 9 to 5 suck, because they had a job. They worked at JCPenney's. Like, I think work was a scam too if I worked at JCPenney's for $9 an hour. Think about it. So guys, just keep your head on the swivel, be patient. You guys can hit me up, contact information is below. This will probably get rolled out within the next 30 days. Officially, people can reserve their spots, because I know a lot of people gonna be hitting me up like, bro, like I'm trying to get in. I sent out a whole mass email about it. I've been getting mad emails talking about this. If you want to reserve your spot, cool, we'll reserve it. We'll go through things, we'll talk it over, and then, we'll start getting down to the nitty gritty within about 30 days, because I want to make sure that everything is set, everybody knows their roles, the team is ready to take everybody on, and then get the instructions to you in a timely manner so you understand what we need. All right, so that being said, everybody, I'll catch you guys in the next one, man. Be safe, be smart, Roughnecks. Peace out.